So let's imagine that we're in the year 2115. Back in 2015, China invaded America and forced everyone to speak Chinese. Of course, as Americans, we resisted because we didn't want to speak Chinese. We wanted to speak our languages. Remember that English is now being oppressed. Now, in the year 2115, a Chinese person decided to learn a little bit of English. And they decided to take a popular song in Chinese and translate it into English to help to help bridge between the Chinese culture. That way the English speakers could appreciate it. But his singing and his voice and his Chinese accent were really strong and hard to understand. All the Chinese people admired him and praised him because of how beautiful his song was and how, it was so amazing and how it just helped the poor English speakers so much. Oh, they praised him. And of course, we as English speakers hear it and don't understand because the grammar's all messed up and the accent's hard. Oh, it felt like nails on a chalkboard. We would just say, no, please stop. You don't need to do that. It doesn't fit in our culture. It doesn't fit in our language. The Chinese people were like, oh, well, you hate us. You don't appreciate the Chinese culture. We were trying to help you. And everyone defended the guy who did the translation. And they totally ignored what all the English speakers wanted to say. That sounds crazy, right? It's not. It actually really happens. Every day, every year. Where? Right here in America. Well, and in other areas too. When all these people learn how to sign, they get all excited and they want to make videos of them signing and post them up. And always is hearing people see the videos and praise them and say how great it is, and deaf people kind of look at it and are like, okay. And they watch it, and it's exactly like those nails on the chalkboard. And when deaf people are comment and they say something, and then the hearing person's like, oh, well, you just don't like me, and they get all offended. It actually happened in Seattle, where they have a gay men's choir. There was an interpreter who signs the music, who the hearing audience absolutely loves. Well, the deaf audience doesn't care. It goes right over their heads. The deaf people even have gone and complained and said they don't want an interpreter. They don't need one. But what happens is when people learn to sign, they start making videos. Now you remember the Nelson Mandela interpreter and his crazy fake signs? Now, was he really signing? Who was he really signing for? Really? Not the deaf audience, that's for sure. It was to satisfy the hearing people so they could feel good that there was someone there to translate the message. But Did the deaf community actually receive anything? No, we didn't. And this keeps happening over and over and over again. And I start to think about and wonder, who are these people really signing for? Us deaf people? No. Most of us don't want it or just don't appreciate it. We keep telling them, please just stop. So really, who are they signing for? For themselves. For money, for attention, or whatever. They're doing it for their hearing audience. And the hearing audience can't really tell and judge them, tell them, oh yeah, you're doing a good job or you're doing a bad job. They're just moving their hands around. And deaf people, they see the videos and they share them and like them on Facebook, and people tag them in, and they're up on websites and people give them all these praise. You have to think about, who are you doing this for? You're working with all these people, collaborating with all these people, allowing it to happen. Are they doing it for our culture? Or for money and for attention? We have our own comedians and stuff like that as a deaf community. We have our own performances. Do you want us to interpret for those and take all the money from the hearing culture and do it for the money and the attention? And the people who are posting all those music videos of someone signing, are you really doing it for the right reasons? Are you just doing it for yourself?